Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 11 for the event 1, health and longevity. This is an interesting case. It's very rare to get such opportunity to analyze such cases. In this case, we are going to study a male chart who got murdered by his friend. In the previous example, we studied a native died by hanging himself. In this case, that native died because his friend killed him. So, in both the cases, that longevity is weak, but in that other case, that native killed himself, and in this case, the native was killed by his friend due to some political reason. So, in both the cases, the longevity will be, weak only. But in that case, Lagna itself is involved in doing such problem. But in this case, Lagna definitely should have weak destiny, and Lagna will be definitely influenced by the unfavorable planets to the Lagna. It means Lagna will be influenced by 6, 8, 12 grouping and Maraga, Badaga houses, all these things. And Badaga Lord also should be playing role. Apart from that, seventh house ruler, because seventh house Lagna is the native and 7 is the opposite person. So since the seventh house will give trouble to the native. So the problem from the seventh house. In this case, because we are talking about the friend, that 11th house also can be considered, can play a role in that event of murder. So let us analyze this chart, how far they are all indicating, how far that destiny is supportive for such incident, and also that Dasa Bugdi are favorable for particular event. This is the birth chart of that male native who was murdered by his friend. So now we have to do the general study whether Lagna is weakly present or affected by the unfavorable houses to the Lagna. Let us check that. So for the benefit of the North Indian chart users, let me open that North Indian chart as well. And yes, the native is Sagittarius Lagna born. For the Sagittarius Lagna, Mercury, that is 7th house, Mercury is the Badaka Lord. That Lagna Lord Jupiter is posted in the sign of Capricorn in the 2nd house. Actually, it is in the 1st house as per the degree, closely conjoined with the 2nd house. Jupiter posted in the Capricorn, in general, it is not a good place because it is a debilitated place for Jupiter, and conjoined with the moon. Moon is the 8th lord. So Lagna Lord Jupiter is conjoined with the 8th lord moon. Lagna is afflicted by the 8th lord moon, and that posted in the 2nd house. You can see Saturn is aspecting to both Jupiter and Sun. Saturn is the 2nd lord, 3rd lord. From the 11th house, it is aspecting. Jupiter is aspected by its Rasi lord, Saturn, 2nd lord, that is Marga lord, and 3rd lord from the 11th house. Jupiter is afflicted by the moon, that is 8th lord. Any other planet which are afflicting Jupiter, check which are the planets are posted in the sign of Jupiter. Venus and Mars. Venus is 6th lord and 11th lord posted in the 3rd house. Conjoined with the Mars, that Mars is 5th lord and 12th lord. So that Jupiter sign is occupied by the 12th lord and 5th Lord Mars and 6th Lord and 11th Lord Venus. So 6 and 12 houses and 5 and 11 house significator are occupying the Jupiter sign. So that way they are both 612 is also present, 511 is also present. Only by way of extended signification, we can find the correct signification and influence. But as of now, Lagna Lord is posted in the first house, but close to second cusp, conjoined with the eighth Lord, Moon, and Saturn, second Lord, is aspecting to it. What is the role of that Badaga, seventh Lord? That is Mercury posted in the second house in the sign of Saturn and closely conjoined with the ninth Lord. So as of now, there is no much influence of the Mercury over Jupiter, the Lagna Lord, but we have to see in detailed analysis. As of now, Lagna is connected to the 8th house and aspected by Saturn, malefic planet, and being the second Lord. Second Lord means Maraga Lord. So that way it is having some weakness that we have to keep it in mind. So we have to now do the detailed analysis on the self-significations. So for that, before that, we have to select the event. Event, we will choose the longevity. Longevity, Ubhaya Lagna. Okay. Once we have selected the Ubhaya Lagna longevity, then we have to select, analyze the self-significators, all the 9 planet self-signification, and we can find which are the planets are unfavorable for the Lagna and which are the planets are favorable to the Lagna, and accordingly we can give the planet colors for our easy identification. So now we have to check the self-significator. So let us select the self-significators and let us select the planet colors. Okay. Let us start with the Lagna. Lagna, Lord and 4th Lord occupying Lagna close to the second cusp. So Lagna Lord occupying the Lagna is okay, but close to second cusp is not good to the Lagna as far as the second house is considered as the Maraga. So what we can do, Jupiter, we can give the mixed color, that is pink shade. Then after that Lagna, then we have got the 5th Lord. 5th Lord and 12th Lord occupying third house close to 4th cusp and 7th cuspal star Lord. 5th Lord and 5 and 3 are good, and 12th Lord occupying 4th house and 7th cuspal sublord. This is not good. So it is also mixed significant. And look at that Mars. Second planet Rahu is 531 is good, 311 is good, but you can see 1, 5, 6, 12. 1 and 5 are good, but 6, 12 is not good. So that way we can take that Mars planet is also mixed. Then 9th Lord occupying second house. 9th Lord is good house to for this Sagittarius Lagna, Bhagya Lord, but occupying second house. This occupying the second house means Maraga Lord. So this is also mixed. Sun is mixed. And what else? We can check 5th Lord we have checked, 9th Lord we have checked, and 11th Lord. 6th Lord and 11th Lord, both favorable and unfavorable, occupying third house, close to 4th cusp, 5 and 9. So these 11, 3, 5, 9 are good, but being the 6th Lord, you can see 3rd cuspal star Lord and 4, 8, 10 cuspal sublord. This is the weaker one. In the cuspal sublord, deciding cusp, third house, 4th cusp, 8th cusp, and 10th cusp. 4 and 10, that is not good. 8th cuspal sublord, longevity, and also, sudden, unexpected, that injury or death also can be indicated by 4, 8, and also 10. Being the 6th Lord, 4, 8, 10, it is indicating weakness for sure. But 11th Lord, through the 11th house also. You can see in this case, we are talking about the friend. Na? So 11 also we can consider. But when we are analyzing the chart, we may not be knowing that how far it is going to be done by the friend. So now we can say 6th Lord occupying 10th house and 4, 8, 10, it is weak. So what we can do, I mean, we can give some other color instead of mixed one. We can give, we cannot give the light red also. We can give light red also because of the 3, 4, 8, 10. But still, I like to give that light pink because it's unfavorable side on the higher side and favorable is very less. Or we can give light red also. I mean, because of this 3, 4, 8, 10. Let us as far as now I will give that Venus only. No, Venus is light pink, Sun is a mixed one. Okay. Next one is what? Moon. Moon is 8th Lord occupying 2nd house, 2, 6, 10 star Lord, 2, 7 cuspal sublord. Though 9 and 11 star Lord, sublord, but 2, 7, 8th occupant. 8 moving towards 2. 8 means what? It is not good to the Lagna. It is talking about longevity also. Unexpected thing it is talking. Moving towards 2nd, 2, 16 and 2, 7. So definitely moon is going to be a light red. Then Saturn. 2nd Lord, 3rd Lord occupying 11, but 8 and 12 star Lord. 3 and 11 are okay, but 2nd Lord and 8 and 12 is not good. Because of this 2 Maraga Lord and 8 and 12 star Lord, definitely this planet can give trouble to the Lagna. So that Saturn can be given because the Saturn also malefic planet. So we can make this also light red. And Mercury 7, 10, 2, 4. It is Badaga Lord and Maraga Lord and 2, 4, it is very bad. So Mercury definitely is going to be red. So what about Ketu? Occupant of the 11th house is okay. First Lagna star lord is also okay. But representing Venus. Venus is having the mixed significator. Already we discussed Venus, we are given this light pink. So let us give Ketu as a mixed significator. So as far as red is concerned, moon is given red and Saturn is given red and Mercury is given red and next comes the Venus. I hope, we have done it, and let us go to the main page and check the destiny prospects. What we have to do in the destiny, we have to check the Lagna Lord and Lagna Sublord and 8th Lord and 8th Sublord, how far they are signifying weak longevity. Let us check. So now we are going to check the destiny. Let me open that birth chart of both styles. Natal chart I have opened here. And let me open here. And control. Yes. North Indian chart I have kept here. And significators, I will keep it here. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to set the destiny. Definitely, we have to check the support planets because when 2, 3 planets are connected or they're conjoined together, there will be good impact of the each planet to other planets. So that also we have to keep it in mind. Lagna Lord is Jupiter. Jupiter is Lagna Lord. As already discussed, Lagna Lord Jupiter is conjoined with the 8th Lord. Lagna Lord Jupiter, 1 and 4 and 2. And in the star of Sun, Sun is 9th Lord occupying 2nd house. 1, 1, 9 is good, but Sun is occupying 2nd house. But you can see Sun is conjoined with the Mercury. Which are the, Mercury is unfavorable, no? The red planet. So that Sun is conjoined with the Mercury. So that way, second planet, so star lord planet is getting the Mercury unfavorable at the star level. So this will get the impact of the Mercury. 2A level planet is Mars. Mars is also mixed one because of the favorable and unfavorable. Now that Mars, let us check Mars. Mars is in the sign of Jupiter, and Mars is conjoined with the Venus. So that Venus already we discussed, it is a mixed one, but the unfavorable side on the higher side being the sixth lord. Big six is causing injury, dispute. So that is connected to the 4, 8, 10, so it is not good. So that way, Mars is conjoined with the Venus, and you can see the sublord is Venus itself. So Jupiter sign only Venus is present. So that Jupiter is also connected to Venus. So that there will be ruler link from Jupiter to the Venus and Venus to the Jupiter. Because Venus is in the sign of Jupiter, that to a free planet, its influence will be there on Jupiter strongly. Now that Venus is in the star of Mercury or red planet. So red planet is there at the last level, and also third level also having weakness. And that Mercury is there in the support of the sun. Now you can see Jupiter is also aspected by the Saturn. Saturn is the planet. We can see Saturn is our red planet, 2, 3, 11, and 8 and 12. So Lagna Lord is influenced by 8th Lord, and 8 and 12 cuspal star Lord, that second Lord, 8 and 12 star Lord Saturn, and that Jupiter in the star of Sun. Sun is occupying second house, 9th Lord occupying second house. Suppose Sun is having some other favorable houses here, then that impact will be little bit different. But 9th Lord occupying second house, conjoined with the Mercury, and that too in the sign of Saturn. That Saturn is already 8 and 12 significator. So that way that the Sun is also getting the impact of both Mercury and Saturn, and Sun in the star of Mars. So this grouping is not good, and Mars is conjoined with the Venus, which is the sublord also. So that way, Lagna is connected to 2 and Mercury. That Mercury is unfavorable significator, Badaga, Maraga Lord. And also that sublord is Venus, 6, 4, 8, 10 strong significator. That is also the star of Mercury. It is indicating Lagna is, it is indicating some weakness to the Lagna is strongly indicated by this Lagna Lord. So in this Lagna Lord, it is indicating some weakness, especially by the sublord and especially by the star Lord conjoined with Mercury. So Mercury is present here, and Mercury is at the last level. So Mercury is a strong unfavorable key planet, and also Venus, right? So Venus is also conjoined with Mars, and Venus is itself with the sublord. So what we can do, we can note down the unfavorable key planets of the Lagna Lord. So that also we can note it down. Venus is come, and what else? Venus and Mercury, that we already noted. Then now let us check the Lagna sublord. Lagna sublord is which planet? Just a minute. Lagna sublord is, let me move this, then only I can see that. Anyway, you can see from the self-significator table, Rahu. Rahu is the Lagna sublord. Look at the Rahu, Lagna sublord. Lagna sublord, fifth sublord, also 6 and 12. Occupying fifth house is okay, but 6 and 12 cuspal sublord, this is not good. I don't know, we have not given color to Rahu. 5, 3, 11 are good only, but being the Lagna sublord on 6 and 12, it is indicating some trouble to the Lagna. Okay, but where is Rahu? Rahu is present here in the sign of Mars. Saturn is here in the sign of Mars. So Saturn and Rahu are indirectly conjoined. So Rahu will get the impact of the Saturn because Saturn is our red planet. So Rahu and the source Lagna connected to 6, 8, 12, 6, 12 and the Saturn also. Rahu represents Mars. Mars is our mixed planet. Mars is conjoined with the Venus. Venus is our other unfavorable key planet. Right? Now, Rahu in the star of Sun. Rahu in the star of Sun. That Sun, as we already discussed, Sun is conjoined with the Mercury. How we talked about the Jupiter, the same way Rahu also in the star of Sun, who is conjoined with the Mercury. That Sun in the star of Mars. That Mars represents the Rahu again. Now the sublord is directly Mars. So the Mars is 5, 12, 4, 7, unfavorable also present, representing Rahu. Importantly, Mars is conjoined with the Venus. That Saturn also indirectly connected to Mars. So Lagna sublord is connected to the 6 and 12, and in the star of your planet Sun, the Sun is connected to the Mercury, Maraga, Badaga Lord, Maraga and Badaga, and sublord is Mars, that Rahu representing Mars itself. That Mars is conjoined with the unfavorable, that Venus. Venus is always unfavorable, 4, 8, 10 cuspal sublord, and sixth lord also. That way, the Lagna sublord is connected to the unfavorable planet, not directly. They are all mostly connected indirectly by way of supports. But you can see Lagna sublord itself having some weakness. Star Lord Sun is having that Maraga, and 2A level planet is having 12, 4, and 7, and 6, and 12. And the star lord of the, sublord, again Mars itself is coming. So the same thing is repeated and connected to the Venus also. Mars represents Rahu, that is also present 6 and 12. And importantly, that Mercury is there at the star lord of the Mars. That Mercury is connected to Sun, and Mercury is at the last level. So Lagna sublord also becoming weaker because of the Mercury and because of the Mars because of the Rahu, and Mars and what else? Venus also indirectly connected. So Lagna is connected to 6, 8, 12, and second 2, 7, and Badaga Lord are all present. That 8 and 12 star Lord, Saturn is influencing this Rahu directly, and Sun is also in the sign of Saturn. Saturn is connected here, Saturn is connected here. Mars is not directly connected to the Saturn, but Mars represents Rahu. No, that Saturn is posted in the sign of Mars only. So that way, Mars is also connected to the Saturn. So that way, Venus, that Lagna Lord and Lagna Sublord are influenced by the Venus, Mercury, and Rahu. So Venus 4, 8, 10, sixth Lord, and Mercury unfavorable strongly, Saturn also, and Rahu 5, 3, 7, 11 are good only, but 6 and 12. 6 and 12 cuspal sublord. So this is indicating some weakness. So Lagna, as of now, it is indicating some weakness, but not indicating strongly about such trouble as far as this study is concerned. Now we have to study the 8th Lord and 8th cuspal sublord. Who is the 8th Lord? Because 8th Lord is the one talking about the longevity also and mode of death also. 8th Lord is what? 8th Lord is Moon. We studied 8th Lord Moon is posted in the sign of Capricorn, conjoined with the Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord is influenced by the Moon. That is 8th Lord. Because of the 8th Lord, it cannot give the trouble. You can see 8th Lord occupying Maraga, second house, and 2, 6, 10 cuspal star Lord. This is also not bad. We cannot say that because 2, 6, 10 will be always unfavorable, because this is connected to the professional prospects, but still the 2, 6 connected to the 2, 7, 11, 9, 11 cuspal sublord. 8th Lord moving towards 2, 2, 16, 2 and 7, Maraga, Badaga, cuspal sublord. So whether the star lord is supporting to this unfavorable or supporting to the favorable, Moon in own star. So 1, 2, 2 level are ruled by Moon only. That Moon is 8th occupant, which is talking about the longevity, is connected to the 2, 6, and 7. So strongly it is moving towards cuspal sublord of the 2 and 7. It is more unfavorable. It is indicating Moon is unfavorable. So 8th Lord is weak on its own. And that eighth lord is influencing the Jupiter also, that you got to keep it in mind. The sublord is Jupiter itself. Lagna lord occupying Lagna, it is okay, good. So it's tried to safeguard, but unfortunately, that Jupiter is influenced by moon by way of conjunction. So moon planet is influencing the Jupiter. That Jupiter and moon are influenced by the Saturn by aspect, that also we studied. So that way, that eighth lord also connecting to the 2-7 and unfavorable 2-7 houses strongly, and all levels 8-2-7. 8-2-7 is not good, and Lagna also connected. It indicates that eighth lord is weak. So in this, so moon is unfavorable key planet. Now, the next one is what? Eighth sublord. What is the eighth sublord? Eighth sublord is the Venus. Venus is eighth sublord and also fourth sublord and 10th sublord. You can see that Venus is not just with the 4, 8, 10 cuspal sublord, also sixth lord. 6 is dispute and injury, also indicated by sixth house, and also 11th house. 6 and 11 occupying third house close to 4, 5 and 9 star lord. This is okay, but 4, 8, 10 indicated by 6 is not good. It is indicating weakness. Now, what is the star lord is giving? Eighth sublord in the star of a planet, Mercury, our detrimental, unfavorable key planet, 7, 10, 2, 4. So definitely, because of the sixth house, because of the dispute through the 11th house, suppose we can take 11 is also friend, and 4, 8, 10, that eighth is moving towards 7, 10, 2, 4. This is going to experience this. This is not good. That Mercury is conjoined with which planet? Mercury is conjoined with the sun, and Mercury is conjoined with the sun. So that sun is not, okay. Anyway, Mercury straight away come, and Mercury in the star of Mars, 5, 12, 3, 4, and 7, and representing Rahu, 6 and 12. So this is having some weakness. This unfavorable are supported by 12, 4, and 7, and sublord is again Ketu. What is Ketu? Because Venus represents Ketu. Ketu itself has come at the sublord. Occupying 11th house is good only for the Lagna, and star lord also Lagna, but representing Venus, again Venus is repeated. So Venus will pass its ruler link to the Ketu, because Venus is the second planet of the Ketu and ruling the captain of the ship of that planet, right? So now you can see 11, though it is supportive to the Lagna, it can be being the Ketu and occupying 11th house, and it can indicate problem because of the 11th house also. 11 is talking about the friend also, we can take it. Now, as far as that 8th house is concerned, star lord Mercury is completely weaker and further supported by the Ketu, though it is 11th house. That planet is representing Venus, it is having weakness. That Ketu in the star of Jupiter, 1 and 1 is okay, but as we already discussed, that Jupiter is also conjoined with the moon. Jupiter is conjoined with the moon, already unfavorable. That already we have discussed. Where what about Ketu? Ketu is getting any influence from other planet? Ketu is present in the sign of Venus. That Venus is in the sign of Venus, Ketu conjoined with the Venus is conjoined with Mars, and Mars also aspecting to Ketu by 8th aspect. So Mars planet is aspecting to Ketu, and Ketu also representing Venus. So that way, that unfavorable 5, 4, 7, and Venus 3, 4, 8, 10, 12, 6th lord, that all influencing Ketu. It means that Ketu is under the influence of this unfavorable planet also, we can take that way. But 8th cuspal sublord, talking about the destiny, is becoming weaker because of the Mercury, that we have to keep it in mind. So that way, know that sublord is also indirectly influenced by the planet. So that way, destiny of other longevity is indicating weakness. So in that case, what we have to take, which are the unfavorable key planets of the destiny planet. So destiny planets, out of them, which are the unfavorable key planets? Whatever the planets we have already given read, They are all unfavorable. They are all playing role in the destiny. Moon was playing because eighth lord we already studied, and Saturn we studied, Mercury we have studied, and what else? And Venus also, because of this is also playing role. So that way, and Sun is playing important role, but Sun is influenced by the other planets. Because of that, only Sun, occupant of the eighth house, is giving trouble. So as of now, Moon, Saturn, and Mercury and the Venus are the unfavorable key planets. And Rahu also, because of this 1, 6, and 12, indicating trouble to the Lagna 1, 6, 12. I mean, cuspal sublord, right? That Rahu represents Mars. Mars is conjoined with the Venus. Anyway, let us focus on the Venus, Moon, Saturn, and Mercury. So now that native there is running the dasa of, now is Jupiter dasa, but previously he was running the dasa of Rahu. Rahu, as I said, Lagna 1, 6, 12. It means what? Lagna sublord is playing as the, dasa lord. So that 6 and 12 also playing role. Let us check what the Lagna sublord is, that dasa lord is indicating. Dasa lord Rahu in the star of Sun. What Sun is signifying, that already discussed. Sun is the good planet only, but Sun is conjoined with the our Maraga Lord. So that Badaga Lord. So Sun is ninth lord, but connected to the Mercury. So let that also we'll note it down. Mercury in the sign of Saturn, and Rahu indirectly connected to Saturn, because Saturn and Rahu are in the sign of Mars itself. Second planet, 2A level planet is Mars. That Mars is conjoined with the Venus, and sublord is Mars itself, that is also conjoined with the Venus, and the last level is our unfavorable key planet Mercury. So you can see the role of that Saturn, Mercury, Moon, and Venus are important, that they are the destiny unfavorable key planet. In the Dasa Lord, Mercury is present, and what is called that Saturn, Mercury, and Moon, out of them, Mercury present, Saturn and Moon are not directly playing role, but they are playing role indirectly. How? As I said, Rahu connected to Saturn, and Sun is connected to Mercury. So that Mercury is getting the ruler link from the second planet Sun, and Saturn is also connected, and Mars is connected to Venus. So that's what I said when we were talking about the destiny and the Dasa period. The destiny key planets can be playing role directly like Mercury, but other level planets, if they are not having the destiny key planets, if those destiny key planets are present in the support of these Dasa lords in their rulers, they will influence, provided that the rulers also should have that mixed significations. Then they will get that unfavorable significations of that unfavorable key planet strongly. Rahu is having definitely some weakness, that is 6 and 12 cuspal sublord, Lagna on 6 and 12, then affected by Saturn, and Mars, second planet also weak. Star Lord Sun is, as already discussed, conjoined with the Mercury in the sign of Saturn, and that Mars planet again straight away coming, that Mars is having weakness, and conjoined with the Mars is conjoined with the Venus in the sign of Jupiter, and that sublord is Mars itself is come, and Mars in the star of Mercury. So you can see the Mercury role is here, and Mercury role is at the star level also strongly present, last level also present, and source level planet is Lagna moving towards unfavorable also present, indirectly influenced by the other planets, which are the unfavorable key planets. So being the Rahu, that unnatural death-causing planet, and so that when it is playing, we have to be very careful. That too, Lagna sublord itself is acting as the Dasa Lord. So now the important key planet Mercury is playing role, and Mars also becoming unfavorable, because though it is fifth lord, 12th lord occupying fourth house, and seventh cuspal star lord, representing Rahu, and 6 and 12 conjoined with the Venus. Venus is actually 4, 8, 10 cuspal sublord. So, I mean, that we know that through the supports that unfavorable houses are getting stronger. That we have to keep it in mind. So, Dasalad Rahu is running. So that in that definitely Lagna will involve into some sort of obstacles or disputes, and that too in the star of Sun. Sun is also conjoined with the Mercury, Maraga Badaga Lord. So that it has then connected to Mars. Mars also will cause trouble because of its nature, and the 12th Lord and 4 and 7 connected to Venus. So it will give trouble to the Lagna. So in this Maraga Badaga key planet, what are playing role, especially Mercury is playing role at the last level and second level, influenced by that Mercury. Ninth Lord occupying second house, and Mercury is connected. And what are the other unfavorable key planets? We studied Moon, Saturn, and Mercury. So that that Moon role is not directly present, but Moon role is present. Moon is conjoined with Jupiter, and the Moon is aspected by Saturn. So that directly that Rahu, Sun, or Mars are not directly connected to the Moon, but they are through the sign, Saturn. It is posted in the sign of Saturn and aspected by the Saturn. So, but not directly connected, but Lagna is afflicted. Now you look at that under Rahu, definitely during the period, which period that Lagna will face obstacles. Which are the unfavorable key planets which can give trouble to the Lagna? Lagna 1, 6, 12 Rahu. And when trouble giving houses to the Lagna, 6, 4, 8, 10. This Venus, 6th Lord, 4, 8, 10 cuspal sublord. They are all trouble giving houses to the Lagna, right? So when they are coming, and of course Saturn. This is Maraga causing planet, Badaga and Maraga causing planets. 8 and 12, 2, 8 and 12, and Moon, this one is trouble giving houses and Maraga house also. And of course, our Venus and Jupiter, Lagna, not Jupiter, Rahu, 1 and 6 and 12. That we have to keep it in mind. So when Lagna itself is involved, definitely it is going to be more unfavorable, right? So now under Rahu Dasa was running, Mars Bugdi was running. Now Jupiter is starting, but before that, Rahu Dasa, Mars Bugdi was running. Mars Bugdi, whether it is unfavorable or Moon is unfavorable, or prior to that, Sun is unfavorable. If you see that, which are the death-causing key planet? Obviously, Saturn. Not Saturn is okay, but Mercury is strongly unfavorable. Mercury and the Moon. So, which are the unfavorable? Which are the planets are having this Mercury and Moon, red planet, right? Which are having them in their rulers. You can see Moon, afflicting Jupiter, and star lord is Mercury, sublord also Mercury, and any other planet is having Mercury and the star level. Mercury itself, but last level is Mercury, 2A level is Mercury, not the second level or third level. And here there is no role of Mercury. Here is Venus in the star of Mercury, but Ketu is the sublord, and Sun is having star lord of the star lord only Mercury. The last level is Moon. So in case of Jupiter, look at the Jupiter, that is the Lagna Lord is not having the Mercury in the star Lord sublord, only in the last level star Lord of the sublord. Of course, this is getting the impact from this, but still it is not directly indicating any trouble living houses. So in that case, this one Saturn itself is only troubles, obstacles, hurdles, and some struggle to that Lagna only indicated. It is not talking about any trouble or Maraga, Bataga. It is not connected. So in that case, if you see, the Mars planet is having Mercury and Mercury. Moon is having all levels Moon, but Mercury is not directly present here. And Venus is having Mercury here, but sublord is Ketu. So this is not very strong. Being the sixth lord, and 4, 8, 10, but Star Lord is not good, definitely. But Sublord is talking about 11 and what. So some sort of weakness is present in executing that unfavorable. But planet ninth lord, star lord is okay, but only through supports only all are becoming weaker. But moon is having unfavorable all levels, and Mars is having mixed 12th lord having got this one, and further supported by this Mercury. Unfavorable key planet Mercury, which is making the destiny, because that's a ninth sublord in the star of Mercury. Unfavorable key planet of the destiny is Mercury, that is present in the star level and sublevel for Mars. And only one planet is having that both levels. And Mars itself is having some weak significator. And Mars is also conjoined with the Venus that we already discussed. Venus is the 4, 8, 10 cuspal sublord. So this is not good. The two planet for always the planet for the fight and all. Mars is also involved because of the force, 12th lord, and connected to this one, it can give trouble to the Lagna. Right? So in the Lagna sublord, which planet is causing trouble, giving trouble to the Lagna? Of course, Mars is playing role. Mars in the star of Mercury. This is causing trouble. So that planet, you can see everywhere Mars is playing role. So during that Ragu Dasa, Mars Bugdi, because star level, sublevel are Mercury playing, and in the Antra of Moon, here it is not talking, it is talking about Badaga, Maraga and all, but still 8th house and 2, 7 grouping, what Moon is signifying, that role is not present straight away here. So then the question may come, before that Mars, Moon was playing role. Why Moon cannot give trouble? Moon 8th occupant moving towards that, unfavorable 2 and 7, and also 9 and 11. And sublord is also Jupiter, is also influenced by Moon. But it is not talking about the Maraga other than these houses. It is talking about some trouble to that, longevity. And Maraga 2 and 7 is also there, but the role of the Mercury is not playing here. Because of that, in the Moon Antra did not happen, but Ragu Dasa, Mars Bugdi, Ragu represents Mars also, that itself is ruling. And in the star of Mercury, sub of Mercury, Ragu Dasa, Mars Bugdi, Moon Antra is given that completion. Okay, so that is executed during that Mars Bhukti, Moon Antra. It is completely unfavorable. 8th house leading towards unfavorable. So during that Ragu Dasa, Mars Bhukti and Moon Antra, that native had a fight with his friend and got murdered because of he was into politics, and some dispute on the politics, and she got murdered by on the date of that event is 24th December 2016. That is ruled by Rahu Dasa, Mars Bugdi and Moon Antra. In this period, he actually died. He died by his friend. So the destiny 8th sublord in the star of unfavorable Mercury. So that is already promising, supported by Ketu indirectly. And Lagna sublord, that Rahu, and also 6 and 12. It is not good. In the star of Sun, Sun is 8th or 2nd occupant, 9th lord only, but influenced by Mercury's close conjunction. Sun and Mercury are within 3 degrees, they are present. And the sublord is Mars. It is also mixed significator. It is representing Rahu, and Mars is conjoined with the Venus, that is 8, 4, 8, 10. So, 8th house coming strongly along with the 12th house and 7th house. So it is all indicating, and 6 and 12 is indicating some sort of, trouble to the Lagna on the, on the longevity, or it can cause some injury to the Lagna. That is indicated. That moreover, that Mars in the star of Mercury. So Mercury is a strong, unfavorable key planet, and other planets are Moon, Saturn. They are all unfavorable. So the planets which are having that Mercury in the star level, influenced by the Mercury, other then those planets will give trouble during that Bugdi. But for that, definitely Dasa Lord should give green signal. Dasa Lord also holding that Mercury in the last level, and also star level having that Mercury in supports. So that way, Mercury's role is present at the star level indirectly, and sub level also directly. And Mercury is in the sign of Saturn, right? That Saturn is also having indirect conjunction with Rahu. Indirectly also Rahu is connected. So Rahu, through the all levels, it is giving weakness to the Lagna, and already eighth sublord is already given the green signal, and eighth lord also moving towards this one. So 8 is connected to 2 7, 8 is connected to 7, here 8 is connected to 2 7 4. In that way it is very bad, and Lagna also connected to 2 and connected to Mercury, that is unfavorable, 2 7 4, right? So because of that, it is liable to face trouble, disputes that can lead to death in the unfavorable period. That's what happened in this case. Since that 11th house is also strongly connected, and that what do you call, Mercury is connected to conjoined with the sun, and that Mercury is influencing sun also. And sun, we can say he's into politics, sun is important, Rahu is important, Mars is important, and 11th house, that is, I mean, what do you call, his friend, we can say that that is also involved, Venus is also unfavorable. So we can justify those things by way of doing the post-mortem, because such cases, it is very difficult to get such cases. Even if we get, many cases are happening like this, but we may not be able to get the birth details, correct birth details of such people. So by more study on such case studies, we can further fine tune the, that significator. But still we can see that a sublord in the star of Mercury, completely unfavorable, Badaka Lord and Marga Lord also, and also Lagna also weak. And during that Dasa period of Rahu, under the Bugdi Lord, which is star and sub of that Mercury itself, and Andhra of Moon, that Moon is eighth Lord moving towards 2 7. It is clearly indicating the timing of event, it is supportive. But more and more studies, such case studies will be more useful. I think you like this interesting case. Thank you. Namaskar.